pages return 4xx status code. What does that mean? Why is it important? How important is it? How bad is it? And how do we fix it? So first, 9 times out of 10, a 4xx code is going to mean 404. You're familiar with a 404 page. You go to a page and there's nothing there and it says 404. We can't find what you're looking for. Most often, that's going to be the case. That's the by far, like I said, the most common 4xx code. Sometimes there is a 403 code. If you come across a 403 code using Semrush, try running your scan again, because more often than not, when I see that anyway, what's happening is at that moment when Semrush is scanning the website, for some reason, a page is blocked. And that happens sometimes when a website is being scanned by a bot like Semrush. It will say, hey, you're a bot. You're scanning this site way too quickly. We're going to put the brakes on it. And when that happens, the next page that Semrush tries to read, it gets a 403. So if you see a 403 or several 403 errors with your Semrush scan, I encourage you to just run that scan again. Now, that might not solve the problem, but usually it does. Way more often is going to be a 404 page. So why is this important? Well, as a user, you know that it's pretty annoying. When you're clicking through a website and you click on something and it comes up with a 404 page, that's pretty frustrating. You know kind of right away, whoever is in charge of this website, whoever is taking care of things, not really doing a good job. Now, it's possible that you land on a 404 page from an external link. So a link from another website is pointing to a page that doesn't exist anymore, and that results in a 404. In that situation, you're not going to see this error warning inside of Semrush. A 4xx code means that internally you are linking to a page that doesn't exist, which is important. Number one, like I said, it's frustrating. But number two, you're sending users and Google down a dead end. You're literally directing Google, hey, go check out this page when that page doesn't exist. And you may wonder, well, is that really the end of the world? Well, Google then knows that you're not really taking care of your website. Your website is literally broken. It's not working. And Google does not like to send users to websites that are not working and that are going to be frustrating for the users. And if you think about that, when is the last time you landed on a website from Google and then clicking around inside the website came across a 404 page? It's probably been a long time. Now, it does happen. If you're active on your website at all, of course, things happen and 404s are going to pop up. They're going to be broken links. There is a bit of a grace period. If this happens, you're not going to lose your rankings tomorrow. But a 4xx code that is there for days and weeks and months, that's not going to be great for SEO, especially if you have several of them. So that brings me to number 3. How important is it? It's critical. It's the most important. Like I said, this means that your website is broken. It's not working. There is no excuse for this. Other websites might link to a page on your website that doesn't exist. That's okay. You can't really do anything about that. You can redirect that URL, but you can't have everybody who links to your website. You can't control where they link. You can control where you link. And so the good news is that it's easy to fix. It's a link coming from your own website just to a page that doesn't exist. And more good news, if you see this issue in Semrush, pages return 4xx status code, you're also going to see this issue, internal links that are broken. Literally, that's what that means. If you have a link, an internal link, a link on your website that links to another page, that other page doesn't exist anymore, it's going to return a 4xx status code, and that link is broken. They are like two sides of the same coin. And sometimes you will see if you have, in this case, 25 pages with a 4xx status code, also 25 internal links that are broken, this is not uncommon to see an equal number. Now, you might also have, let's say you have 2 pages that return a 4xx code. That means 2 pages are broken. You might have 30 links to those pages, in which case you're going to have a lot more internal links that are broken than are pages that return a 4xx status code. So you can see how these two issues are very intertwined. More good news is you don't have to fix both of them. You can fix just the links that are broken. And if you do that, the pages that return a 4xx status code, they will go away. Because if you fix the links, there's nothing pointing to those pages anymore. So if you see this issue, 4xx status codes, look to see the issue that will also be here, internal links that are broken, and just focus on that issue and then rerun your scan. The 4xx as well as the broken links, assuming that you have fixed them, both those issues will disappear.